Welcome back to MMA Mathletes. We're two casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers on the chase for the perfect parlay. This week, we don't have any fights, but don't worry, we're breaking down fight news.
Tons of news this week. So Pereira said that after he fights, he might be slowing down his activity. He said he's been too active for too long, and he thinks that was a mistake.
That's interesting.
I hope he doesn't. That's interesting. I hope that he doesn't end up retiring because he is on the older side.
It's just difficult because are you trying to pick out just super fights at that point, or
Yeah, I wonder.
trying to recover a little bit more?
Maybe. But him versus Ankalaev too. I hope he's been doing his wrestling because there's no way he takes that fight, loses, and then stops fighting.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can slow down if you've now, redeemed yourself with that fight.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so weird to be inactive once you're on the older side because then, like, ring rust and stuff like that will really take effect.
Yeah.
Especially if you haven't fought in, like, let's say 8 months to a year and you're going to be, 37, I think he is?
I think he's 38. He's
38?
going to be 38.
Crazy, dude.
It is crazy.
So, I mean, he's got, maybe 2 more years left? Maybe?
2 more, maybe. I mean, he should have been, like...
I mean, 205, you could probably stay around for a while, especially because he has that power, and that's like one of the last things to go.
Yeah.
But what makes him so good is that he is really fast compared to other light heavyweights.
Yeah, he still looks fantastic. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I don't see any of him slowing down. It's just he needs to work on his wrestling a bit. That last fight just proved that a higher caliber wrestler cannot wrestle him. Which,
yeah.
I mean, he's a majority kickboxer.
It's frustrating because it's not really much wrestling. It was just more cage control.
Yeah.
Than anything, just making sure you can get out of the clinches and stuff like that. That situation is just something you really need to work on. You know who looks slow though?
Who?
Canelo.
Canelo did look very slow this weekend.
I don't know.
Stuck in the mud, I would say.
I don't know whether or not he was slow or if it was that Crawford was just so much faster than him.
He just couldn't figure it out, and he was just waiting for those one shots. I'm just going to wait for this one shot, this 2-shot combination. But, I mean, the output of Terrence and just how light Terrence was the entire time. Terrence really, really, I mean, he impressed me every time he gets in the ring.
Yeah.
But he really impressed me this time. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, especially in the later rounds. But Terrence all the way destroyed and dominated that. Canelo just did not look like he was in it at all.
Yeah. Also, it just seemed like he didn't feel comfortable at any point just because Crawford was in southpaw. That open stance and the fact that he couldn't use his jab effectively just made it so I feel like he wasn't confident in anything he was throwing. Even when he was throwing with all of his power, he still didn't feel or didn't look like he felt.
No, 100%. And when you're going that open stance, southpaw versus orthodox, your tools aren't going to be so much your jab. When you're orthodox, it's going to be more like, a 3-2-3, like a hook cross hook, or starting the opposite way, right? Cross hook cross. And there's a lot of slow-mos. A lot of the best shots that Terrence landed were him landing his jab because he's in southpaw faster than Canelo landed his hook. So he throws like a hook, he gets jabbed right away. He tries to throw a cross, it gets jabbed right away. Very disruptive. He did such a good job just keeping him guessing. And he kept his lateral movement going left, right, left, right. Every time Canelo was ready to set and throw, he would just readjust and make him have to reset. And I mean, he just looked masterclass. He danced around him. He does not look his age. He looks like a spry 24-year-old.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy because everyone says how much smaller he is. He don't look small.
No, he didn't look small at all.
Like, he looked like he was supposed to fight that weight class.
Yeah.
And then also his ability to just consistently get the outside leverage with his footwork. His footwork, if you want to learn anything about boxing, you should study Crawford's footwork.
Amazing footwork.
Just the fact that, personally, if I'm ever trying to figure out my footwork, I'm looking at my feet. And the fact that he's just looking right down the barrel while he is consistently getting that outside leverage is so impressive to me. Whenever people do that, I'm just like, wow, how do you do that?
Like, there was a moment where he was stuck in the corner And Canelo was, he's setting up that big shot, and he did such a good job. He feinted to the left, and then he went and he found his exit strike to the right, and he got out of there. And it just looks so effortless when he does that. And I mean, it's just a master class. He deserves to have that belt. I don't know what Canelo, if he just made him look that slow and that, for lack of a better word, like bad. He was off that night. Just had a bad night to have a bad night, If he made him look like that because of his skills, or if Canelo really was a little bit checked out in this fight and maybe just didn't bring his all.
Yeah. I mean, that's just so true. Felt old. Like for the first time I watched him, I was like, man, he's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
Like you never think about that when you're watching him. You're just like, oh, wow.
Do you think he retires soon?
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him one more time just to see if maybe that was just a just a bad night to have a bad night, as you said. And then we get to see, okay, like he still got it.
When you say see him again, you want a rematch or you want him to fight someone else?
Oh, he does. I don't think he deserves a rematch.
I don't think so either.
I think Crawford showed that he was at least one level above him.
At least, yeah.
It showed that Canelo is definitely the stronger fighter. Like his shots did land hard, but Crawford is the better boxer. Yeah. All around. All of his tools are together and just work for him effortlessly.
No, 100%. We were talking about retirement a second ago for Pereira, and I had him just slowing down. And then now with that, it's crazy. I think it's crazy that Prates, did I say that right?
Hey, Prates, look at you, buddy.
I'm learning. Prates. He is saying that he wants Ian Gary, and then he wants to chuck up the deuces. What do you think?
Really?
He said, man, I have a good life.
I mean,
isn't he young?
He is young.
I'm just like, man, you're just now getting started.
Yeah. You're only probably what, maybe 5 fights in the UFC?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Like, I mean, I guess he might just be looking at himself. He's like, do I have what it takes to be a champion? Because that's ultimately the goal when you're in the UFC is, okay, I'm in the UFC. Let me get into the top 15. Okay, I'm in the top 15. Let me get in the top 5. Oh, I'm in the top 5. Let me get the belt. Maybe he just looked at himself. He's like, I don't know if I can really get the belt. I don't know if I can go up against like a Sean Brady and say to myself, I can be the champ. Maybe.
I don't know, man. He looks miles above people. When he beats them, he looks definitive when he beats them.
Yeah.
I just don't see why you would slow down that momentum. He has such great momentum. He can do such great things in the sport. Such a fan favorite.
Yeah.
The only real good person on Fight Nerds. I mean, hot take, but
you might get a little pushback on that.
Yeah, I'll get a little pushback on that, but he's my favorite at least.
Oh
yeah, fan favorite. The internet got really up in arms when I talked about stalling as well.
Yeah, I think they just misunderstood what you meant.
I just think that it's so divided, almost like politics. One person has to be this and you have to be that. It's like, I have to defend wrestling in this way no matter what. I have to be this person in that world. And then immediately it's, do you even train? It's like,
well, it's funny because you said separately for wrestling, they dock you for stalling.
They do.
They do it for BJJ as well.
Yep.
You have to be consistently active or else you're going to relinquish that spot. So it's like, it just makes sense for you in UFC. It's for business too. It's good for business.
Yeah.
You want casuals to want to watch the fights as well. So obviously you have to balance it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like, oh, these wrestlers are just like whooping all of them. No, it's actually the opposite. So these wrestlers, like Khabib, right? Khabib, when he takes you down, he is just dusting you. He is putting the hurt on you. He's punching you. He's talking shit the entire time.
Some of the best ground and pound moments are from Khabib.
Learn ground and pound from him. It's insane. His dominance, and he's just throwing elbows, punches, the whole thing. He'll submit you. He knows how to finish a fight.
Look at Cormier.
Yeah.
Cormier is, one of the greatest wrestlers, to live.
In the UFC.
In the UFC.
Yeah.
I mean, even, wrestlers in general, like, you have to put him in the top 1% of wrestlers that have ever lived. I would assume.
I just can't talk on behalf of wrestlers because I don't know that much about.
I mean, because he had a storied career at, I believe it's Oklahoma State University. Like, he has, all the accolades.
All right, Sean. In that case, we have to do it. Pound for pound, who's better? Triple C or Daniel Cormier? Triple C or DC?
Triple C or DC? So like
pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
Okay, so I'm thinking that like we're creating characters at this point, and we're meeting them at the middle. They're at 170 right now. Yeah,
but they didn't have to get there. They're just advanced.
You just shoot.
Yeah, you're in a video game and you're just doing that, but they have the same everything. I think I'm gonna tell you what I think right away. Triple C.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people would be shocked, like with how many people that are small, if you were to actually make that happen, would win. Like Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, dude.
He would be absolutely.
I think pound for pound, if Mighty Mouse were to be up there in their weight classes, that would be an interesting storyline.
Oh yeah,
he would disrupt a lot of people's careers.
I mean, yeah, 100%. I agree. Especially like a 170er. Oh god.
Oh, what a problem.
He would be an absolute problem.
So good. Well, so anyways, DC or Triple C?
DC or Triple C?
Knee-jerk reaction.
Knee-jerk reaction.
You're putting money on it. Who you putting money on?
I'm gonna have to give Triple C.
Triple C. I think so.
His
too.
boxing is like would just
wrestling.
Just wrestling?
Just wrestling.
Might have to give it to DC.
DC with wrestling?
If we're just doing a just wrestling and they're both the same weight, like we just, morph them to be the same weight, same height.
Yeah.
Kind of like even out the stats. I think DC. His knowledge of just positions is very extensive. Like, and I feel like whenever he talks about someone wrestling, like when he's watching them wrestle, he always knows the answer every single time, so quick.
You don't think Triple C does?
I'm not saying that. Okay, dude, I'm not saying that.
Interesting take. That's all I'm saying. Interesting take.
I just think that DC, it's difficult.
So you said MMA though. Who wins MMA?
MMA, I think Triple C.
Why?
His boxing is just so much cleaner.
No,
yeah,
he's got great boxing.
Yeah, and he's really good at finding his range so fast. He knows exactly where he's safe and not safe within half a round. He's
all right. Okay. I have a weird question.
Okay.
You said we're morphing them, right? They're hitting 170.
Yeah.
DC's always been a shorter guy, a bigger guy, but a shorter guy in these heavy divisions.
Yeah.
Right? Triple C has always been lean and mean in his division of his highs.
Yeah.
So if you were to morph them and their weights matched, what would the height difference be between the two, do you think?
I think that they would probably be around the same size.
They'd probably be around the same size, or I was thinking the same thing.
But Triple C would probably be just a stockier dude. Like he would just have way more like kind of like muscle mass to him.
Maybe jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
Also, to say about Triple C, a lot of his like cage work grappling and that in between and scrambles, that would also lean towards him as well, in my opinion, versus DC.
Yeah.
But DC's clinch work, where he's like throwing elbows, throwing uppercuts, things like that in the clinch, is something that's very underrated about his game.
Dude, I agree 100%. If you want to watch the trilogy of him versus Stipe, man, his clinch work in there, it's insane. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Next to none. Then we have Arman Sarukian versus Dan Hooker.
Allegedly. Yeah, they're in the works, so it's not 100%.
Okay.
But that's what it sounds like it's going to be at 322, I believe.
Well, who's taking that?
I mean, I have to give it to Sarukian, unfortunately, but I love Dan Hooker. He is such a gamer.
I would love to give it to Sarukian. Unfortunately, the gods have given him tattoos, and he has yet to lose a fight since he's had tattoos. So I just have to give it to Dan Hooker. Other news. So at Syndicate, we have Khalil Roundtree. Khalil Roundtree just had a visitor drop by who's helping him train for his camp. He also has a fight coming up. John Haggerty.
Oh, dude.
Just arrived in Vegas and now is helping Khalil Roundtree.
Hey, he's fighting?
Jonathan Haggerty?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fighting November 16th. He's fighting Nabil Nabil and Anane. I suck at names, but it's Nabil, and he's fighting him. And so right now he's starting his camp, but he looks sharp as ever.
You know what? You could be worse. You could be the Instagram algorithm. Because I follow John Haggerty, and he just no information on this ever popped up in front of me.
No information on the fight, or no information
on the fight. Here? Just like, oh, you have a fight now? That's cool.
Yeah, he's fighting. Yeah.
I follow him.
Yeah, he's fighting.
I scroll.
Here, let's see.
What are we doing here?
Now I'm curious. Jonathan Haggerty's next fight is a Muay Thai title challenge against Nabil Anane on November 16th, 2025. At Ariake Arena in Tokyo, Japan, as part of 173. Haggerty will be challenging Anand for the 1 bantamweight Muay Thai world title in this event. He's trying to get his title back.
Here for that fight.
Very here for that fight.
Right.
I mean, anything Jonathan Haggerty does, I love watching his pad work, his sparring, his fighting, anything.
Yeah, but also just to get back that title, because that last fight, it's just unfortunate to go out like that.
Oh man, that was quick and very unfortunate.
At least it was by a beautiful technique.
Beautiful technique.
Perfectly. If Khalil Roundtree wasn't already one of the scariest people to walk around.
Yeah, him moving like Jonathan Haggerty is pretty terrifying.
Him getting that teep kick going like that would be so terrifying.
Dude, him in general, he's a sponge. When you watch him like learning a technique, he's so involved in the learning, and it's just such a joy to watch. His new YouTube video, so fun to watch. Lots of people calling out Crawford after this fight.
Oh yeah, I even saw Nate Diaz.
Yeah, not boxers, UFC fighters. He said Nate Diaz.
Oh my gosh.
He said Nate Diaz literally said he tweeted Crawford next with the target emoji. Nate, no. What are we doing here?
Like Canelo looked slow, but you're gonna look slower. Unfortunately, that's it. No
huge Nate Diaz fan.
Yeah,
but you're not Nate fighting Diaz. In this sport, boxing, Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
So not only Nate Diaz, but Topuria as well. Do you hear what Topuria said?
No, I didn't.
So Topuria tweeted, first he calls me drunk. Then he walks out to my song. Crawford, whenever you want, I'll teach you how to dance to that mariachi music. And Canelo, I'll save you a round after him. Brother, take my money.
I'm here for that fight. I think they should definitely study that song. I think that song just does something to people.
It's a mystique. It's a very magical song. The thing is that Dana White has already put the kibosh on that. Unfortunately, he's like within contract with the UFC, but I don't know if he's planning on maybe entertaining it now that he has that boxing stuff going on. But that would be a fun fight. We would all watch that fight. Guaranteed you. That would be the ultimate crossover.
Him versus either JDM or Islam.
Oh, in MMA.
Yeah. You're going to have to get that going because that's your huge moneymaker for UFC. Then after that, you could do boxing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Not only does Nate Diaz want Crawford, but Nate Diaz also wants to be across from Conor McGregor at the White House event. Who would you rather have, McGregor versus Nate Diaz 3 or McGregor versus Michael Chandler?
Oh, McGregor versus Nate Diaz 100%.
Really?
Yeah. The build-up before the fight will be so much more fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got the Nate Diaz where he just like doesn't give a fuck about anyone, just calling out everyone. Would be really fun. Talking mad shit. I think Michael Chandler, I mean, he is a fun fighter, but I don't think he's disrespectful enough for it to be very entertaining on the comms.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was interesting that, so as just normal people, we're thinking Conor McGregor's fighting the White House, right? It's safe to assume Michael Chandler's fighting, right? That's just a safe assumption. They've been trying this for a long time. If he's coming back, we might as well have the dude who's been sitting here waiting millions of years.
Conor McGregor! Yeah.
You're taking everything I want. I'm going to fight your fucking ass. No, no. So it would be safe to say Michael Chandler's fighting the White House event, right?
Yeah.
When was the last time Michael Chandler won?
Tony Ferguson.
Years ago.
Yeah. What, 20? Was that during COVID? Before COVID. That was before COVID because you were working.
No, it was when I got back.
Oh, was it when you got
when I
back?
first got back. Yeah. So 2022.
Yeah, because I remember you had to go to the club, and then
I had to
literally
go to the club.
I called you on the way over, and I was like, "Oh, he got put out," and you're like, "What?"
I was like,
I
that fucking glass jaw. And you were like, no, Tony Ferguson did. I was like, what? Yeah, I remember. No, so that was like the last time he won, right? So he's kind of been losing fights.
A
So you're
couple.
going to have someone, I forgot who it was. Someone called him out this past weekend. Could you imagine if he lost another fight to a smaller ranked opponent, then also gets the opportunity to fight at the White House? That would be so frustrating to me.
Oh yeah,
So if they do that, that would be very annoying. So hopefully they don't do that. But if they do have Michael Chandler fight this year, then I don't want to see him fight unless he wins. I don't want to see him fight McGregor.
yeah.
But if he loses, if he fights this year and loses, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Diaz 3. But if he does, then I guess I would rather see Michael Chandler versus him, just because I think Nate Diaz, especially his last fight against Tony Ferguson, he just didn't seem like he was really in it, you know?
Yeah.
He seemed kind of already done with it.
Already done with it, but he hates Connor.
You think that hatred will bring it out in him?
Oh, 100%.
That's interesting.
I don't think really anyone has too much ill will towards Tony Ferguson. I think people think that he's kind of a weird guy, but like,
Yeah.
he's got his quirks and shit like that. But I just don't think that people are like, oh, dude, fuck that guy, really. But he definitely is like, fuck that guy to McGregor. So that would be pretty fun, honestly. I think McGregor, probably takes that.
I think
It'd be a great fight for him to come back on, is either that or Michael Chandler.
either one.
Just because both of them are kind of nice. I don't want to say toss-ups because they're both dogs, but it's a nice to get your feet set back in the UFC if you wanted to try to, actually get some fights.
I agree. So over this weekend, we had some insane fights. We had some wins. We had some loses. Is what it is. Comes to the territory. We're still on that hunt for that perfect parlay. But a lot of the shit that we said was going to happen, what'd it do? It fucking happened.
It did.
So Daniil Dachenko, what an absolute dog.
He's a problem.
I told you that was going to happen. You said it was going to happen. And what happened? It happened. Exactly what we said. I said this is going to happen. He's going to go in there. He's going to have too many tools. You're like, yeah, man, he's going to put the pressure. He's not going to stop. His boxing's going to look amazing. What happened?
He has so many tools in terms of just utilizing full Muay Thai. Like his slashing elbows. Yeah, he really incorporated just all of his tools for striking in Muay Thai. Like whatever he learned in Tiger Muay Thai, he put on display. He had slashing elbows that were devastating. Just took out his eye. That's probably like a minute and a half into the fight. Just melted him. It looked beautiful. He looks like a problem. He honestly kind of reminds me of how like Merab fights, where he just has no stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all gas pedal, and he's just gonna melt you, and hopefully you can hang with him.
Well, they both train out of the same place, Syndicate, right now. And the craziest part about Daniil, in my opinion, is he comes from the war-torn country. And when he was on The Ultimate Fighter, he was talking about how majority of his class is just gone now. That's insane. What a crazy thought process when you come from that. And you're like, oh, I just fight in a cage,
That people really misunderstand that when they talk about like all these other fighters coming from different countries. They just grow up differently.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, they have these different wills that are just not going to be shook. And it forces them, like, if they have a dream or they have a goal, they're just so laser focused that they're going to bite on the mouthpiece. They're going to get it done. And, you're not going to stop them. And it's so sick to see. Good for him. He is so young too.
Very young, yeah.
Early 20s and just looking like that. And, if he really just sticks to, being coached by John Wood and just, stays at it, dude, he could be champ. Like,
no, big future, yeah.
Like he has that kind of potential.
Yeah.
His cage work also looked beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like he feels like he like knows the answers already.
So then we have Alice Pereira.
Don't get me started with this.
Man, I really thought she was the lock. I thought she's just going to knock her out. Boy, was I wrong.
First of all, Rendon played a perfect game.
Yep.
She was like, okay, you know what? I have more experience under my belt than she does. I'm going to put her in weird circumstances that she's not accustomed to and see what she does. And what she did was the wrong answers. I didn't like her game plan whatsoever. It was a very simple game plan that I feel like heavyweight fighters do it a lot, and they have success because they have so much weight behind them. But she kept on going on her back foot, and she'll be on her bike a little bit, almost similar to like a Natalia Silva. And she would just go ride her bike, and then she'll throw just one punch, one hard punch, and try to put her out. Versus like Natalia Silva, she puts in like all this volume. You know, she'll put like 3, 4, 5 strikes together and then get on her bike. So it's like, oh man, like she's putting in the volume, and on top of it, you can't touch her. But Alice just kept on back, circling, and then she'll throw one shot, and then back, circling. It just like she just did not have any output to match with Rendon, and Rendon just kept the pressure. Optics is everything in fighting, and looking like you're, constantly on the back foot just makes you look like you don't want to be in the fight. At least in my opinion. And so it just looks bad when the other person is just stalking you down.
Yeah, 100%. And I just think that Rendon
Rendon.
I'm gonna say it right. And honestly, I just think that Rendon's UFC experience just showed in this fight, and that's really what won it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Alice is very young. She'll come back.
She'll be back. Yeah,
it's just a very unfortunate debut. She had some high hopes.
You ready? Everyone's favorite thing to talk about right here. Alden Correa. I'm not gonna say his name right. I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, we got that one wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, to be fair, I said it could have been an upset. Okay. I did say that because Costa is a dog. Costa's going to bring the war. And Correa, I believe is how you say his last name. Yeah, Alden, he potentially could. I mean, I feel like there wasn't enough footage where I'm just like, okay, I'm hyped. This guy's the next dude. I mean, I was just going based off of, he's coming out of Daniel Pineda's gym, and Daniel Pineda is an absolute dog, and he's going to walk you down. But he had that game plan.
He did.
The third round was so sweet just to see him just melt him. He just put him in the cage and just dropped him. It looked so beautiful. What a beautiful performance. What a great debut to have.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for anyone who placed money due to us. Sorry.
I mean, you should always take it with a grain of salt that, short notice fights, like.
You said that. You said you don't like betting on short notice fights. You've said that.
It is what it is. Because first of all, the short notice fight is normally someone that's on a debut. Most of the time, someone that is a less experienced fighter, because you're not going to get, short notice. I'm going to have
Justin Gaethje.
Yeah. He's just going to pop on a plane and just come out. You're going to get someone that is younger. You don't have as much footage on, things like that. And, it's just such an unknown quantity, way too many variables. But, you have to give it to Costa. That's a smart bet either way. It didn't work out that time, but 9 times out of 10, that works out.
Yeah, 100%. Next, we have Cedricus Dumas. Yeah. On Reddit, they said he came into the octagon with $13 and he left with one nut.
I just am so curious on what happened. Did he actually have like a medical incident?
Yeah, he's taken out on a stretcher, but to what extent? Is he okay? Like, I hope he's okay.
Was it just the worst sack tap of his life?
Oh, man. Like, I feel for it 100%. But,
if it's an actual medical injury, like, I hope the best for him.
Yeah.
That's not a fun thing for anyone.
Yeah, don't wish anyone to be actually injured.
Oh, 100%. But if if it was just a really bad nut shot that just hurt like hell, like, that's a really bad look.
Yeah, no, for real. I wonder how that's gonna look in general in the UFC's eyes for next matchups.
Yeah.
But honestly, Reese looked great out there until that moment.
Yeah.
You know?
He was finding the range.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get that so many times with that open stance though.
No,
It just
yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, when you have the open stance, it's natural. Like, thank God you're wearing a cup, you
Yeah.
know, because that shit's gonna happen.
That's why I was confused. I was like, he's wearing a cup, right? Imagine the reports come out and he actually wasn't wearing a cup.
Yeah, that was
I would eye roll so hard. I'm like, brother, that's the reason why we do this. like that's why you wear cups.
And then speaking of looking fantastic out there, Jesus Aguilar, told ya. He looked fantastic. He had a billion different tools. His boxing looked great out there. He kept putting his hands down. He was feeling it. He was getting in his range. He had some just weird spinning back kicks every now and then. He looked fantastic out there. Fantastic performance. The whole time, I felt like he was leading the dance, hitting a lot harder. He looked great from bell to bell. He looked great.
100%. And as I said, like Gurule is one of those guys that lets you put his offense on him a little bit because he's going to try to get that big shot, get a little respect on there. And Aguilar that's what he did. He built up confidence. He got, that snowball effect of getting success. It was like he got more confident and as the fight goes on. And that was just a bad matchup for Gurule.
So we had that one. And then we also had Tatiana Suarez. We had the over. And we were like, Tatiana or the over? I thought that the boxing of Lemos was actually going to be just a little bit more in the fight. I knew she was going to get taken down and she was going to dominate the entire time by the wrestling. But I honestly did expect a little bit more out of Lemos. That was just an insanely dominant performance by Tatiana. It just looked like a bad matchup in general. And I think Lemos, she needs to go back, learn a little bit more wrestling. Because I think if she gets her wrestling up to that level where she can hang with those type of wrestlers, she's going to be a real problem in that division. Unfortunately, I don't think that she's there yet. And I just am excited to see who Tatiana fights next.
Yeah. I mean, really good game plan by Tatiana. I think Lemos, her problem was I think she was thinking too much about the wrestling where she couldn't let her hands go because she was like, if I overextend, she's just going to take me down. It felt like that the whole time where like she was just almost waiting for grappling exchange to start.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Very apprehensive.
Yeah. And then the other thing is Joaquin Silva.
Let's go, dude.
Yep, called him. And I knew he was just going to walk forward with that Dutch-style boxing. The funny thing is, Claudio looked fantastic out there. He was hitting him with some big shots. He actually got Silva on some skates. Unfortunately for him, he is a grappler. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to hit you, and as soon as you're wobbled, they're going to shoot. Why? I don't know. You could just end it right there. You got it. I don't know why they do this. They shoot, and then they
let them recover.
The striker recovers, gets back up, and then they lose. And then they get confused. Why did I lose? Well, because you were winning the fight until you weren't.
Yeah. Honestly, very surprised by that. I mean, I had no audio or anything, so I'm just watching it. But optically, it looked like Claudio was going to win that.
I thought so, too. When they went to the scorecard, I was like, man, this is going to be a tough call. Because I had it Silva, and I thought it was because of my bias, but the judges saw it that way, too.
Nothing better.
Nothing better than a win.
Nothing better than when you're like, oh, man, it's so close. I think it's this person, but I do feel biased. And you're like, hey, I wasn't biased at all. What are you talking about?
Nah, check these eyes. Nah.
No, I'm balanced.
Yeah, check your bias at the door. But the next one, I got to apologize ahead of time. This is, sorry, Sean. Sorry. Todorovic. I mean, I thought, to be fair, I got Jose Medina mixed up with Michael Aswell. Michael Aswell was the guy that I was talking about that just absolutely took my breath away with his performance. So when Jose Medina walked out looking out of shape, coming in and just getting manhandled by Todorovic, I was so sad. I am so sorry for whoever thought that was a good bet. I am sorry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just got dominated right away. Huge underdog for a reason.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Then submitted.
I know. Guess what? We're 1 of 2. You know, last week we were 0 for 2 on our locks for the week. We're 1 of 2. We're getting better.
We're getting better every time. And you know what that means? We're one step closer to the perfect parlay. So you got to stick around so you can see the perfect parlay, because these perfect parlays pay out a pretty penny.
I mean, this one was what? $10 in the 86,000. Wild. But that's what dreams are made of.
And if you stick around and you bet and you get the same thing, whew. But if you bet and you lose money, I mean, that's on you. You shouldn't have listened to us in the first place.
Yeah, we're just some casuals, dude.
We're just some casual. We're just two casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers. We're just chasing the perfect parlay. The next fight was Santiago Luna. I mean, what can I say? Great performance. He got dropped right away. Comes back to knock out Li Kwang.
That was beautiful, too.
Beautiful performance.
Beautiful.
That composure. The crowd was going nuts. It was amazing. I cannot wait to see him fight again. I hope, though, that they take him slowly up the ranks, because I don't want him to get too big of fights too soon and then drop down. I really think that this guy, if he just sits there and he takes his licks up the ranks, I think he's gonna be a big problem later on. You know, in like maybe like 4 or 5 years, he's gonna be a huge problem.
Because he's only what, 21?
Very young.
22. Just good. He looked so good, and good on him for not getting too rattled, getting put down in the first round that quickly. At first, it was like, wow, he's really out of his depth on this.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. But then he regained his composure, got back. Was it Lei Kwang? That's the
Dude, you're looking at a guy who doesn't know how to say protest.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Hey, it sounded pretty good to me right there, buddy.
I've been practicing in front of a mirror 10 times a day.
I gotcha.
I do
Repping it out.
Yeah, I do 10 protests before I brush my teeth.
I gotcha.
Protest.
And then he just shows up right behind you.
Oh, God. Yeah. Right after I do my Bloody Marys.
Yeah. But yeah, Santiago looks like an absolute problem. I mean, he's going to be a fun fighter to watch in the future. Definitely someone to keep your eye on when you're looking at cards. But Lei Kwang looked really good too.
Yeah, he did look
like
good.
He looked good until he didn't look good.
Yeah. No, but that's what I was saying as well, is the same exact thing that I said on the last podcast. I mean, he does let shots get through, and when those shots do get through, he does feel those shots. That is what it is. That's what happened to him. Those shots came through. All of a sudden, he's on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, Santiago, his boxing looks so sweet.
He looks fantastic.
I'm so excited to see his next fight.
You know who else looked fantastic?
Are we going to talk about Alexander Hernandez?
Alexander Hernandez.
Baby.
Yo, he looks so good. And I knew it. That guy stepped out across from him, and he had the worst footwork in the world in comparison to Alexander Hernandez. When I was watching the fight, as soon as he stepped out against him and he was facing him, I just said out loud to everyone I was watching it with, I said, man, he's going to square him up and he's going to knock him down because his footwork is terrible. And what happened? Bang, bang, KO.
It was a beautiful KO too.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see Alexander Hernandez in this form that he is right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just looking good. He's looking like pre Donald Cerrone.
Dude, him versus Donald Cerrone, though, even that fight,
yeah.
When you watch it the first time, you're like, okay, Donald Cerrone dusted him. Next time, you're like, man, he was holding his own for a while, you know?
No, he's one person that he just walks down. He just keeps going. If he's hurt, he's still going to put bite down the mouthpiece, and he's going to meet you in the middle of the octagon. He is a dog.
Yeah.
DAWG dog.
Yeah, his defense is great. Switching stance ability is insane.
His footwork. His footwork, his movement is very like Dominic Cruz, but more refined, I feel.
Yeah, like not as crazy.
Yeah.
Honed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect way to describe it.
No, exactly. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
The next person we have, I mean, this guy came in overweight and he still looks so great. Kevin Gastelum.
Gastelum. Oh my, what a fight that was.
That was a fight. You know what I love about Kevin Gastelum is I don't care if he's 170, 185, 285. I don't care what shape he's coming in, octagon, triangle, whatever. When he comes in, he's going to push that pace and he's going to just nonstop be throwing at you. And every single shot is meant to hurt you. It's never, I'm going to pitter patter, big shot, pitter patter, big shot. Every shot he's trying to knock you out. But it's long combinations, very crisp boxing. And the funny thing is, so whenever you're watching him, you're like, man, dude, this striker's amazing. No, this wrestler with great striking looks amazing. I mean, we saw in this fight, the takedown defense was there. He was honestly resting. Those were resting moments for him. He's like, oh, thank God he shot. I was getting kind of sleepy.
Yeah.
You know, let me catch my breath and just defend this takedown.
One thing I really love whenever he fights, he finds a combination, and if it's successful, he'll keep doing that combination. Which, guess what? That's what you should do. You should, oh, this is working. We're going to keep using this until it doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll keep on setting up that shot. And if he's not going to defend that, like, this is going to be money.
Yeah.
And he just looked so good. He got rocked a couple of times. Dustin got rocked a couple of times. It was just such a back and forth.
Great fight. Fight of the night.
Yeah. I mean, what about the main event?
Performance of the night.
I thought that was fight of the year, dude.
Oh, shut up. Next, we have the opposite of fight of the year. We have Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. Honestly, I thought it was such a great card. I'm not saying that this was a terrible fight. I'm just saying that if you had to skip a fight on the card to go to the bathroom, this would be the one.
100%.
If you had to step out and take a phone call, this is the fight to do it.
Jared Gordon, he's on that list.
What list?
Him, Marcin Tybura, Johnny Walker. We just have this long list of people that you can't bet against them because they're going to win, and you can't bet for them because they're going to lose.
True.
And it's so frustrating because I hate when you have expectations and then reality. And every single time you're like, expectation of the last fight that Jared Gordon had, oh, he looked crisp. He looked spry. He had a first round knockout.
Mm-hmm.
He looked really good. And then you're like, okay, so that's how I'm going to envision him fighting next fight. And you see him, what he did on Saturday, and you're like, bro, like, let me know. You can just throw like a quick DM, like, yo, dude, I'm not going to look like last fight.
I'm not showing up for that fight.
Yeah.
Bet
like,
the other way.
Yeah, dude, brother, I don't want you to lose your money.
What's the opposite of bet the house?
Yeah.
Save your money.
Yeah, just be like, yo, dude, maybe just don't put any money on this fight for me.
Don't bet the house. Save for college.
Yeah.
This brings us into our next fight perfectly. Rob Font.
That was a fun fight.
I was sad on that fight though, because Rob Font, the first round, I was like, man, Rob Font came. Pause. I was like, man, Rob Font came to fight. Then after that, I was like, okay, he's going to start getting his jab going. He's going to be behind the jab and he's going to get this done. And then it just seemed like he just kind of got in his own head the rest of the fight. And then he started slowing down. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, what's the guy's name?
David Martinez.
Yeah, all of a sudden, David Martinez looked way better than Rob Font. I was like, whoa, where did this come from?
It's the same issue that Canelo had, where he's fighting a southpaw, and Rob Font, if there's one thing you know about Rob Font, his jab is a fucking spear. His jab is 5 stars, prestiged, absolutely beautiful. But everything comes off of that jab. But being in open stance for him is kind of difficult for him to get hit. What would have been really cool is if he has like a southpaw stance where he can switch up stances. I think would have been very successful for him. David Martinez, though, the pace that he puts on people.
Interesting that he puts a pace on people, but he does the same thing as Crawford was doing. How he was against the fence, doing lateral movement, and he was just keeping him away with like heavy kicks, heavy punches whenever he wanted to land. He was landing at will, and he had great lateral movement. I thought he looked fantastic.
One thing I mean, maybe it's just because he knows Rob Font's game so well. But in the future, he definitely needs to make sure that he has his hands up. He's alert when he's circling out on that right side, because you could throw a kick from there.
Yeah.
We've seen many highlights of someone circling out, thinking that they're safe. They have their hands down, and then they just get clocked right across the temple with a head kick.
Dave Martinez did such a good job using his kicks against a boxer, though. He knew Rob Font was a boxer coming in. He was going to hide behind that jab, and he was going to do that. He didn't let him get his jab going, and he did such a good job with those kicks. And I just thought that Dave Martinez, his camp did such a good job with him setting up for this fight. And he deserves that win. I can't wait to see his next fight.
Oh, agree.
Next up, we have Diego Lopez, the main event. Diego Lopez versus Jean Silva, the fight of the year, Sean.
That's what I heard, per Dominic Cruz.
Dominic Cruz said fight of the year. Don't get me wrong, that might have been fight of the year, but don't fight of the years have to last past the second round?
I mean, theoretically, but it's got to be.
Performance of the year?
I mean, performance of the year? I don't know. Taporia versus Oliveira. That I would give that performance of the year.
That was
moving
insane.
up a weight class and all that. But I mean, it's just so premature to say fight of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
You have some great fights coming up.
Yeah.
Like, what if Cyril Gane and Aspinall go past the first round?
That's going to be interesting.
That would be interesting. That's going to be a fight of the year potential. Yeah. You got anything that Justin Gaethje's going to be on, whatever he's doing before the end of the year.
Doesn't matter who he fights.
Doesn't matter. It could be a park bench. We don't know.
Could be Taporia.
Oh.
That, don't tickle me.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Dude, that gets me giddy.
Stop.
Yeah. I mean, even go as far as to say Roundtree versus Prohaska. That matchup is fireworks.
That is.
You know, if that lasts 3 rounds, that would be crazy. That might be fight of the year. Yeah. So, I mean, I just think it's too premature to say, based off of 2 rounds, that's fight of the year. And for it being such for the most part, one-sided affair.
Okay, so here's the thing. I said this would happen. I said...
You want me to pat you on the back, or?
No, it's okay. We could just put up what I said.
Okay.
I said that Diego was going to come in. Jean would stand across from him. Jean would try to push the pace and push Diego against the fence with his pressure, like he does in every fight. And Diego was going to meet him in the middle, and he was just going to be down to fight. And what happened? That's exactly what happened. And then as soon as he saw an opening, took him down. Started just laying these elbows on him, cut him open. He kept flipping over. He's like, nah, you're not giving me your neck. I'm going to flip you back over. I'm going to give you some more ground and pound. You deserve this. Hits him some more. Just for a whole, 2 minutes of just dominant performance. That's dominant performance right there. That is dominant performance.
That high mount they had, first of all, technically perfection.
He had double underhooks with his knees.
Yeah. Like, the knees were literally perfectly in the armpits. It was just, he couldn't get out. Like, it was by sheer, honestly, luck that he got out.
Yeah.
Almost. Like, it was like the gods were like, hey, we need this fight to go longer. Like,
they had money.
They had some money on it to go over a round and a half.
But then what happened? Second round, comes out, pushes the pace, the same thing, the same way he normally fights, right? Pushes him against the fence. Well, Diego had a game plan too. I told you he'd be down to fight, and what does he do? Elbow right in the face, drops him, ends it. That's what happens. I knew that was going to happen, and I called it. I said that the fight nerds were done. And now they're done.
Damn.
They're not done.
just over here preaching.
Well, the thing is, though,
rant over.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think that Jean actually had a really good game plan coming in. He kept on throwing that front kick up the middle for 2 reasons, I thought. A, he doesn't want to get taken down. I mean, we saw what happened when he did get taken down. I wouldn't want to get taken down either. The other thing is, when Diego goes, I also mentioned on the previous podcast, he likes to throw that combination. When he throws that combination, he ducks his head down and he tucks his chin while he's throwing that combination. And it's straight down in this motion. When he was throwing that, notice that Diego kept on getting hit every time he's about to engage. He kept getting hit right in the chin. I thought it was a really, really good read on the Fight Nerds part. And I mean, they do such good study over there. They're going to be back. I'm just messing around with them being done. I just like to rile up everyone that likes to comment real hateful stuff in the comments.
I love it too. I like seeing that shit. John Silva, he looked good though. He just had one fatal error, which was he was like, I need to unload the gas tank round 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that was ultimately his downfall. He was seeing success and he was like, okay, I can come in and, I can get this kill shot. And Diego's like, hey, I got this kill shot for you.
He's since said that he did let the emotions get the best of him and he wishes he didn't do that. But man, when he was landing on Diego though, he was landing on Diego. Like he was putting some work on Diego.
Yeah.
He has some serious power, that guy. Holy shit.
Yeah. I would love to see him fight in the future, Volkanovski. I think that would be an interesting fight.
The thing is, though, now he has to climb the ranks again because now it goes Volk, Lerone, then Diego, even though Diego is number 2. So it's going to go Volk, Lerone, Diego, and then John, right? Or who else? Who would be in between, do you think?
I mean, John is he's ranked 12 or something like that.
I know he's ranked 12, but I mean, I think that if he didn't get overzealous, that fight was going a little longer.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? That fight could actually went a different way if he didn't get overzealous right there.
Unfortunately, you probably have to put Evloev up there.
No, real people. Just kidding.
Who else is there? That division used to be so stacked.
That division is so stacked. That's the thing.
I mean, you got like Josh Emmett. You got some of those people.
I guess. Next, let's see. He's gonna have to dig his way back up to the ranks.
Do you want me to tell you who I want Diego Lopez to fight next? And we might have to get a fucking bucket underneath you because you'd be so wet for this fucking.
Honestly, not only am I gonna be wet for this thing, I was wet for what he said after the fight. He said, "I want Volk," and he's like, "But if I have to fight one more time to get him, I'll do it." I thought that was such a cool thing to say.
Yeah.
To be like, nah, man, I'll just fuck up someone else while I'm waiting. While I'm in queue, I'll just go ahead and beat some ass and take some checks,
Yeah, I'll beat some breaks.
What a gangster, dude. What a cool guy. And like the whole beef between Jean and Diego, I don't know what was going on because I don't speak their language, but when they were talking shit in the parking lot, that was pretty interesting.
I think I could be 100% wrong. People don't fucking get mad at me over this bullshit.
I hope they do.
Okay.
Because they got mad at me for saying.
Didn't get mad at me. I believe what happened was that Diego Lopez is originally from Brazil.
Okay.
But now he trains and lives in Mexico. And he considers Mexico his home. And I think John Silva is like, oh, you're not a true Brazilian. And I think that's the beef. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that that's what's going on.
Sounds good to me. Correct us if we're wrong. Put it in the comments because not only we could be wrong, but we would love to be corrected.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, and I also don't know Portuguese. I don't know Spanish. So most of the stuff is over my head.
Or in Spanish, over my heado.
But the fight that I would love Diego Lopez to take. Do you want to guess who I'm going to say?
Well, you said Diego Lopez, not Jean.
Not Jean.
Diego Lopez. All right. Diego Lopez. Man, who do you fight in the 145?
It's a trick question for me.
He's fighting himself?
Yeah.
Who's he fighting?
Fighting the mirror. I would love to see him fight Max Holloway, even if it's at 155. I think their styles would be so beautiful to watch against each other.
That would be a great fight.
I mean, I think Max probably takes that.
I think Max for sure takes that.
But it would just be so much fun to watch that. It would be absolute barn burner from start to finish.
Yeah.
And like he would definitely take him into deep water striking wise. That would get a lot of experience, useful experience, especially if he wants to fight Volk again.
Do you think that if he did fight him, because he's so good on the ground, if he started losing, he would go to the ground? Or do you think he'd have so much respect for Max that he would just keep it standing the entire time?
I think he would keep it standing the whole time.
I love it when people have that much respect for someone like a Gaethje, someone like you know what I mean? Someone like a really elite striker.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's do this on the feet. You said you want to do this on the feet. Let's do it on the feet.
Yeah.
I love that.
I would love to see that fight. That would be a great fight to see. I think that I think Max would oblige to that as well.
Yeah.
I think he knows that would put fans in seats.
That would put fans in seats for sure. That would rise Diego's stock so much.
Oh yeah.
Whether he wins or loses, just with the fans, with his payouts, I'm sure that he would get paid a lot more in the UFC. He would just be the favorite fighter's next favorite fighter. You know what I mean?
Well, and Max is always game to fight anyone, pretty much anywhere, pretty much anytime.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not one of those people that wants inactive for too long, I think. And because of that, you got all these guys up in the top 5 of lightweight that aren't going to fight.
No, for
Because
sure.
he wants to obviously move up the rank, but Gaethje's not going to fight him because he's waiting for Topuria. Paddy's not going to fight him because he's going to try to wait for Topuria. You know, Arman Tsarukyan's not going to fight him because he's trying to wait for Topuria. You got this whole thing of, hey, we all are chomping at the bit for Topuria. And I think he's just going to be like, yo, I just want to fight.
True.
And you know who else wants to fight? Diego Lopez. Let's get that fight going.
All the time. Let's go.
Let's put that into the ether. And I want to see that fight.
That's great. Well, in a few weeks when we have fights again, I can't wait to do another parlay. I think it's going to be a really good parlay. I have a good feeling this next parlay is the one that's going to hit.
Can you get some action on that?
We're getting action on this one.
Oh, man. I'm so excited for it.
All right. That's a wrap for this week's video. Thanks for hanging with us. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, to like, comment, subscribe. Bet smart, fight hard. See you on the next card.